Hi, this is Shubha. Greetings from Parenting Matters. This video is about how to acknowledge our child's feelings and empathize with them in these difficult times. During the lockdown, you could have had moments in your house where children could have made statements like, "You make the same boring tiffin, Amma. You never play with me. I want my ice cream now." These statements by our children with big cries and meltdowns can make us feel very frustrated, and we might feel like we want to give back to our children. They are being mean and disrespectful, and we need to tell them. These must be our instant reaction. But we know doing so will only make things worse for us and for our children. Then how do we handle these situations? In these times when children have big feelings and meltdowns, it would be better to first regulate ourselves and not get into a reactive mode. So what do? We pause and regulate ourselves by probably getting out of the room, and once we are regulated, we can look at one of the things we can do is what are the things that's bothering this child in these recent times. So if we look at the backstory of the child could be upset because they are not able to go down and play. They could be frustrated because they can't talk to their friends. They are anxious and scared about all the news about the coronavirus. So if you think these are enough reasons for the child to feel anxious and scared. So if first from that point of view, if you see this, looking at the backstory of the child could help us to understand from the child's point of view, put ourselves in the child's shoes, and then to see how we can empathize with them better. So now that we understand from the child's point of view, we could help the child by connecting with the child and acknowledging their feelings. By connecting with the child, I mean that we probably get down to the level of the child for a younger child and probably give them a hug, make them sit on our laps and look them intently in their eyes and listen to whatever is bothering them. Whatever is their big feelings, we just listen to them and hear them out. After that, we could acknowledge their feelings by saying that, "Looks like you're very frightened about all the news of the virus. I can see you're very upset when Amma is in the kitchen. I can see you're very bored. I think you're very frustrated that you can't even go out of the house and play and meet your friends." So these things, sometimes we could even use fantasies with our children. If they're old enough, we could use fantasies like, "Looks like I wish we had a magic wand and we could go out and get an ice cream with that." Or we can order an ice cream through the magic wand. Or you could say, "Wish we had an invisibility cloak like Harry Potter and we could go out and meet your friend. Wouldn't it be nice? I wish we could do that." These kind of statements and kind of naming their feelings will help the children to process their emotions and understand that Amma or Appa gets what they are going through. That will make them feel much more calmer and make them comfortable. It's interesting to know, if we want our children to cope with stress, their emotions, and in life in general when they grow up, all we need to do right now is to give empathy to them. By connecting with our children, listening and acknowledging to our children, we are actually helping them understand their feelings better, and this helps them to express themselves better without hurting others in their future. So by acknowledging them and connecting with them, we are empathizing with them, we are helping to build their emotional quotient, which is far more important in these times than IQ. So last but not the least, let's remember, we are parenting to the best of our abilities with the knowledge that is available to us. So we will empathize with ourselves and with our children in these imperfectly perfect moments.